once again. This is Gafab Sawile. We are still going to talk about our project, AI project that we are presenting. This is a combined project. I work together with Amanda and Kilavo. First of all, we are talking about e-commerce, and our abstract of the term paper. E-commerce is simply a business based online that can facilitate sellers and product buyers to interact, where the sellers provide various types of products to be marketed. So this document this document includes the types of data, implementation of supervised and unsupervised learning techniques, AI evaluation metrics as used in the project. There are also factors and key factors. There are also factors and key features that we consider to select the data set, data description, the AI environment and agents, AI accountability and its application in our project. So a little bit of the background and motivation. Artificial intelligence is the simulation of human intelligence processes by machines, especially computer systems. It can also be the ability of a digital computer or computer controlled robot to perform tasks commonly associated with intelligent beings. So on the other hand, machine learning is a subset of artificial intelligence which focuses on the use of data and algorithm to imitate the way that humans learn, gradually improving. It's actually safe. Physical trading involves buying, selling of commodities and delivering it physically from producers to consumer or processors. So a trader may also engage in storing, branding, or refining commodities to meet commodities to meet customer specifications and maximize their profit. So e-commerce or electronic commerce is the trading of goods and services on the internet. So product recommendation is basically a filtering system that seeks to predict and show the items that a user would like to purchase in the shortest time that in physical trading. So this saves time. So when you continue, we have some disadvantages and challenges involved. We can talk about the challenges that occur while using supervised learning models. We have poor quality data, overfitting and underfitting, non-representative training data, getting bad recommendations, monitoring and maintenance. So the disadvantages of unsupervised learning: you cannot get precise information regarding data sorting, and output as data used in unsupervised learning is labeled and not known. So there is less accuracy of the results because the input data is not known and not labeled by people in advance. So we'll talk about the project significance and the scope: to promote faster buying process, cost reduction, affordable advertising and marketing, and flexibility for customers, no reach limitations, product and price comparison, and faster response to buyer or market demand. So this helps to do away with the challenges associated in physical trading like poor communication and transport barriers, where the buyer and the seller have to meet before trading takes place. So the product recommendation system delivers relevant content, engages more shoppers, increases average order value, and increase number of items per order. So a little bit to talk about data set description: the product catalog and customer data integrated select the recommendation type, business rules and objectives to predict recommendations at customer touch points. So this is a transaction data set which contains all the transactions occurring between that date and that date for UK based and registered in a store online retail. The company mainly sells unique or occasion gifts. Many customers of the company are wholesalers who purchase these products and sell them to other retailers and household everyday customers. The proposed factors in the selection of the dataset include easy to integrate to other platforms, easy accessibility of the dataset, relevance of the dataset, and the open file format. So the key features in the selected dataset: test classification to ensure that any input is related to e-commerce or trading or business. Named entity recognition: this uses natural language processing to extract named entities from text, e.g. clothing and shoes. Word embedding visualization: this demonstrates that each input has a unique and distinct context. So activation clustering is also part of it. Then the data preparation and the explorator data analysis. So we used heat maps, we use correlation matrix just as it appears, and we have the box plots also that are used for the machine learning as they show outliers in the data set. In reference to the box plot, an outlier or an an outlier or an extreme is a data point that is located outside the whiskers of the box plot. So from the above diagram we can witness the outliers above, the below, which can also be looked using the 1.5 IQR square rule. So then we talk about the model selection and optimization. The model fitting is a measure of how well a machine learning model generalizes to similar data to that on which it was trained. So the generation of a model to new data is ultimately what allows us to use machine learning algorithms every day to make predictions and classify data. The definition of a good model fit is one that accurately approximates the output of an unknown input when it is provided with unknowable inputs. So a model's fitting is the process of adjusting its parameters in order to improve its accuracy. So in order to generate a machine learning model, a machine learning algorithm is run on data for which the target value of all labeled data is known. Afterward, the model's results are compared with the real observed values of the target variable. So the next step is to adjust the algorithm's standard parameters in order to reduce the error level and make the model more accurate. So in order to make accurate predictions, the model must repeat this process several times. Model fitting helps to find the root cause of poor model accuracy, i.e. overfitting or underfitting. So hyperparameters are parameters that cannot be directly learned from the regular training process. They are usually fixed before the actual training process begins. So these parameters express important properties of the model, such as its complexity or how fast it should learn. There are two basic strategies for hyperparameter tuning, i.e. we have greedy search CV and random search CV. So in greedy search CV approach, the machine learning model is evaluated for a range of hyperparameter values. This approach is called greedy search CV because it searches for the best set of hyperparameters from a grid of hyperparameters values. So then the randomized search CV solves the drawbacks of the grid search CV as it goes through only a fixed number of hyperparameter settings. So you evaluate the model performance on the validation set and select the hyperparameters with the best performance on this validation set. So this step is sometimes combined with the previous hyperparameter tuning step by fitting a model and calculating its performance on the validation data set. When we talk about the AI model selection accountability, simple accountability refers to the expectation that organizations or individuals will ensure the proper functioning throughout the life cycle of the AI systems that they design, develop, operate, or deploy in accordance with their roles and applicable regulatory frameworks, and for demonstrating this through their actions and decision-making process. For example, by providing documentation on the key decisions throughout the AI system life cycle, or conducting or allowing auditing where justified. So in the case of online trading, accountability can be applied in finding out how many customers visit a particular website to order for the products of their interest. So the product seller then can find a way of improving on the system by looking at the customer views or any concerns in order to fully satisfy the customer needs and demands. So accountability can also enable the one selling the products to calculate both profits and losses. So with the results and this, you have the dataset Python source code. It's also provided from that link. Then the references from the different books that we relate on how to write this conference paper. So thank you very much for listening.